Oh, howdy all, grab yourselves a beer, it is time for some Path of Exile discussion. Today I want to talk about the rework that Vaal side areas in maps got. As part of 3.10 Delirium expansion, we knew that this was coming. There were some changes that were made to make these Vaal side areas in maps go from the sort of underwhelming addition in 3.9 that they'd been into something a little bit more exciting. I gotta say that they really hit the mark with this. So this Forgotten Gulch has turned up in a tier 5 atoll map. My character's still pretty weak, it's very early in the league, and so this will not be trivial to beat. But let's have a quick look. You can hold Alt with advanced mod descriptions active. That's in the options settings. And you'll see here that it is a 4 mod area. Each of these mods is pretty complex and messy. But what they really do, each mod adds either a difficulty factor or a reward. With the reward nodes, none of which are on here, the reward ones are quite a bit rarer. Now, they add increased item quantity, as per normal for map mods. Instead of adding pack size, they add a pack or more than one pack of corrupted Vaal monsters. Now, these are monsters that you'll recognise from the Temple of Atzoatl. They also seem pretty difficult compared to normal monsters you find in a Vaal side area. Additionally, so you've got, for instance, the first one, the difficulty component is monsters can't be stunned. The pack size alternative is area contains one additional pack of corrupted Vaal monsters. Then you have 10% quantity, but where in a normal map mod you would get some rarity, item rarity as an additional stat. In these Vaal side areas, you don't get the rarity, which is fine because item rarity is not very strong in this game, but instead you get found items have a 1 to 3% chance to drop corrupted in the area. Now, this is an interesting thing. Most of the time, this will take an item and make it slightly worse than it would otherwise have been. However, when body armor, or to a lesser extent two-handed weapons, drop and are corrupted, there is a 1 in 144 chance that they will become a 6-link, corrupted 6-link item. 1 in 144 isn't much, but the more times you roll the dice, the better. And you'll get to roll the dice quite a bit in here. So you'll get quite a number of corrupted items in one of these Vaal side areas. I mentioned also that some of these have mods that increase the rewards of the Vaal vessel. None of them are on this Forgotten Gulch, but I'll demonstrate what all of the mods are because they've all been data mined. Some of them are quite interesting, but they're also quite rare, and they're also related to one of the challenges. There is a challenge which is related to the obtain rewards from Vaal side areas, where you will need to do 7 of these 9 items. The rare one is a unique item with 2 implicit mods. That's quite rare, and the more common ones, I think the other one, the ones that are more common, itemized prophecies are pretty common, additional sacrifice fragments are pretty common, leveled gems are also pretty rare. Anyways, let's go through here. This character's struggling a bit. It's been a fun build to play. It's absolute joy to play, but it's not very strong. And I'm probably going to rethink my build. As you can see, the damage is pretty derisory. These guys are tough. Like, I would be one-shotting, at least when I'm getting 2 hits on those Shadestalkers, like that. Those 2 hits would one-shot a monster out in a normal tier 5 map area. At least they'd one-shot a magic monster. Now, this is an item that has dropped corrupted. That's the reason it's identified. So that's just showing up because of the fact that it's a reasonably good base type. That would actually be stronger if it wasn't corrupted, but like I said, there's some that aren't like that. Now, you'll also notice that it does not remember the map mods from outside, it's just got the mods from this zone. So let's keep pushing through. Yoink, I'll take a fusing orb. Getting close to the point where I take the tiny currencies off my loot filter. Those are a really liberating thing. It makes you start clearing maps so much faster, but I still don't have enough of the armorer's scrap type items for my own use. Now this has an additional socket in it. That doesn't work as well with the Vaal modifiers, the chance to drop corrupted, as might have been hoped. So it doesn't make you more likely than that 1 in 144 to get a corrupted 6-link. Now these areas have had their boss stats bumped bumped up a lot. So they're not the cakewalk that they were in 3.9, and you should not expect them to be trivial like they were then. All the monsters have enough hit points to fight back. Even if some of them are mechanically easy, some of them are not. Some of these Vaal side area monsters were... Ooh. Oh god. I'm in real trouble. Burning. I'll get away. Ooh. Let's just get back, recover quickly. All these gems that I'm leveling. So, there's monsters always ignite in this zone. That's quite a scary mod sometimes. If it's early in the league and you don't have much life recovery, you can get in real trouble from that. That's why I'm needing to kite a lot here. That monster is so close to culling range, but it's not quite there, and it's got full energy shield back. There it goes. This is the first hit that actually got through to deal damage past its ES. That Shadestalker, these things are really annoying. These are the temple monsters I was talking about. Corrupted Vaal monsters. They have absolutely brick tank. They have a lot of hit points, even though they're white monsters. And they have some pretty nasty attacks. That charged dash doesn't do much damage, but it puts them into phase run mode for a while. And now I'm burning, which is bad. Like I said, these areas are no joke. And I think that whilst this character's pretty weak at the moment, when the character's no longer weak, these zones, I'll be doing higher tier zones, and they'll still continue to be difficult. Okay, that thing is finally... No, it's not even finally dead. Okay, that's more like it. Now we'll push through. So those are, as I said, the packs of monsters that are added to these zones by the mods. It makes them feel much denser than they otherwise would be. There's a bit of backtracking there, but that was all defensive backtracking. The sort of stuff that you wouldn't do if you were really powerful. You'd just plow through here. Still trying to get a visual on the actual zone boss. Here he is. And it's the Curator. Okay, so there's an item that's dropped Corrupted. That's going to make it worse because you won't be able to add quality. But that said, it's a Deep One's Hide. It's not a particularly valuable unique. Again, enough hit points to fight back. This guy is putting up a bit of a fight. I wouldn't call this fiendishly hard or anything, but it's you're alert while you're fighting him. The key thing you got to watch for is getting stun locked by little hits like that. One thing I like with Flame Dash is... Oh, actually, I just culled him. Oh, good. Alright, now at this point, we'll hit the Vaal Vessel. This probably won't have much in the way of rewards. It has the potential to, but most of the time it doesn't. And yeah, we didn't get anything of value there. Vaal Groundstorm's is a great skill. If you've never played around with it, I recommend it. But that should give you a bit of a sense of what to expect. You are still rolling the dice. A lot of the times, these will still be disappointing from a rewards perspective like this one was, but I had a Joffrey's Sanctuary drop before Corrupted, which was an interesting drop, not particularly good this league, it's just been nerfed, but it had a good Vaal implicit on it. There's lots of other things that can drop here, and it's just much more exciting than it used to be. I'm looking forward to seeing some 2 implicit Corrupted unique items that are at the better end. Got any comments or questions though? Fire away below. Otherwise, we leave it there. I hope you have a good one.